Good morning, all of you. Today's class will discuss about the finding out the gravitational field strength due to ring, due to thin circular disc, then due to large sheet. Then we'll go for the spherical objects here, like a solid sphere and thin shell. After getting this, we'll go for the variation of acceleration due to gravity, due to Earth. After getting this one, then we'll go for solid hemisphere, hemispherical shell, and all other with cavity at this one. So this will be our part of syllabus. This one. Maximum will go for maximum some possible objects today. That one. So that maximum things we can work out, and you can directly go for any random numerical after this. Okay, let me start with a ring. And there's a ring of radius r. Let m be the mass of the ring. So what is the field strength at point P, which is at a distance x? So what is this? This shall we call this as the axis of the ring? So what is the magnitude? What is the magnitude of electric field strength on the axis of the ring? So that we are supposed to work out here. Okay, try now. Directly for a ring we don't know. No. So what shall we do? So usually what happens? We'll go for due to some small elemental structure how much. Then what happens? We'll integrate here. Okay, try this. I'll give some time. So we don't have directly for anybody, no. Only due to point mass we know. So what is the formula? If there's a point mass, what is the gravitational field strength? It is given by gm by r square. Will I agree? If there is a point mass, due to point mass, what is the field strength? Gm by r square. We don't have for a body, we don't have that one. So is it a ring point mass or it's a body? It's a body. So therefore what I do, I'll assume two elements like this. Mass dm, and due to individual elements of the field strength here, it should be equal to dE dash, and this will be dE dash. What is dE dash should be equal to? dE dash should be equal to G dm by r square. It should be towards that point mass, no line joining the point mass and this one. So we are showing like this. Then after this, what is the net field? I think y component will cancel. Now you can ask question, sir, for a rod you assumed one element. Why you brought two elements? So what is the simplest approach is? About a point where you are finding out, about that point, if mass is distributed symmetrically. Sir, what do you mean by symmetrically? Means you take any point on a ring, it will be at the same distance from point P. I think cone, this is similar to like a cone. You take any point on the circumference of the base of a cone. At what distance? It will be at a distance of slant length from the apex of cone. So you take any point here, you take point like it. These are the points. So all these points what happen? Will be at the same distance from here. It is slant length only. So same thing happening. You take any element here on the ring, it will be at a distance r from the point P on the axis here. The other thing. So then why you assume two elements? Whenever if a mass is distributed symmetrically about a point where you are finding out, you are going to assume two elements to simplify mathematics. The mass is not distributed symmetrically, then one element. I think this is a key idea when you're solving problem. So these are the some things which you are supposed to make a notice here. Why one element? Why two element? And now here we assumed only one element. If you can recollect, we assumed only one element, and we have shown that as D line. Will I agree this? The reason for that, there was only one there's no symmetry here. But such the same thing for a rod. If it is, there's a finite rod only, then let it be about now it's a symmetric point, no? So now what you're going to do? You're going to assume two elements here. Got the idea? This is so it's now I say this is a bisector. This line, this point P is on a bisector. Now point P is not on a bisector. You can see clearly this length is L1. This is L2. This is a very core central idea in all our numericals. The reason for that, here what happened, you get both x as well as y component. What about here? The y components will get nullified and the problem will become very simple. To minimize mathematics, I'll always search for, is there any symmetry? I think all of you by this time, symmetry idea, how mass is distributed here. Similar way the mass is distributed. Like that, I can pick up 2 points which are equidistant from point P. So I say mass is distributed symmetrical. So 2 elements will come here, 1 element. The similar idea here also. 2 element we assume. So because of that, what happens? The y component will get eliminated. Fine. I think this is a very important part of the discussion, which you should carry on in not only this chapter, total physics, where all the symmetry of, if the system is having a symmetry, and if you are involved in any integration, yes, you must take help of this condition. Got it? Okay, now let's all mathematics here. So what is the net field? dE is equal to 2 dE dash cos theta. Theta will be constant. No? You take any point on a ring, will subtend an angle theta with the axis. Line joining the point mass to the point P. Will subtend an angle theta with the axis. So therefore this theta is a constant. So I'll take everything. To cos theta dE dash. Okay, dE dash first will expand. What is dE dash? G dm by r square. 2g, even r is also constant, so only it is what? dm. What should be the total mass? Since we assume 2 elements, so therefore this will become 0 to m by 2. So the total field is given by 2g cos theta by r square m by 2, or gm cos theta by r square. What is cos theta? X by r. Further, what is cos theta? X by r. So this will become gm by x r cube. What is r? Root of x square plus r square to the power of 3 by 2. So the entire thing, this will become E is equal to gmx by. So this is the expression for the gravitational field strength on the axis of the ring. What can be at the center? This is on the axis. On the center, or at center, how much it will be? Put x equal to 0, it will be 0. So what is the field strength at the center of the ring? Will be 0, that one. Now look at this, it is something variable, no? At x equal to infinity will be 0, means 0, it is 0 at the center of the ring, at infinity also 0. So if I, let me search for any maximum minima exists. So if I check it, no, if I differentiate this, dE by dx, after differentiating and equating to 0, I'll get at x equal to plus or minus r by root 2 on either side, not only on one side, on either side of the ring on the axis. What happened at certain point, it will have maxima, not minima. because 0 at center is there and at infinity is maxima. So now if I plot this total graph, I just directly putting, if you want, you can differentiate and check it. So we do get curve like this. You have to show, don't draw a symmetric curve. Don't draw a symmetric curve means don't end up like this here. Don't end up here. It will be 0 at infinity, you know. So you have to extend till here. So here is what? It at maxima. So what is the distance will be? R by root 2. And this that maximum field. Okay, I get this. So we'll get it. So how to get that maximum value in this given equation? Substitute x equal to r by root 2. X equal to r by root 2. Okay, let me do that. So the Emax will be equal to Gm r by root 2 r square. So one r cube will come outside here. R cube will come outside. Then this will be 3 by 2 to the power of 3 by 2. This will be 1 by 2 root 3. 3 cube will be there. So 2 to the power of 1 by 2. 2 cube cube root. Okay, this will be 27. Anybody? Final value? Anybody? Final value? What shall I write? 2.
Sir, 2gm by root 3 into r square.
3 root 3 r square will come, no?
Yes, sir, 3 root 3 r.
3 root 3 r square. Okay, so there's a maximum value of that one. Where do it will occur? At x equal to r by root 2. And that particular field, you should have this general idea, because we do get many application problems where a student must have the ring. I'll give another better diagram. I think that's able to understand. So how the field here will be like this. The field on this side will be in this direction. So like this different shape, for all those shapes, one must have a basic idea. That's all, nothing big is there. Okay, see once I'll scroll down. I think I can show maximum this much only. So we have proceeded with the two elements. The two elements symmetric is what very important. Please do understand. Many numericals are related to this idea. I'll scroll down. Next, we'll take an arc. So let's calculate the gravitational field strength due to an arc here. So what is an arc? So where that arc is subtending an angle alpha here. So let the mass or say like a mass be this one, let r be the radius of the arc. So at point O, we have to calculate the field strength. So what is the arc? It is subtend radius r, subtends an angle alpha. It's not a semicircle. Able to understand now? You're able to see that one. So this is an arc. What is the field strength at point O, at the center of the arc? First we'll calculate that one. Then what's happened? We will modify this for different shapes. Arc means semicircle, ring, quarter circular arc. Anything it will come. Let's go for generalized one. Rather than m, let me define linear mass density lambda. What is a linear thin wire? Thin wire, it is made in the form of a semicircle. Now, again, is there any symmetry about point O? Yes, it is there. The mass is distributed symmetrically about y-axis. So what best we can do? We can go for two elements here. So going for keeping that in mind. So I'll assume two elements. So the two elements will subtend an angle. So let the mass of that be dm. Due to this element, in what direction it will be? In what direction? Here it will be dE dash. This is dE dash. Let me take this is theta. Let this be r. Let this be d theta. So then this will become theta. So what is the advantage here? Again, you see the net field. What will happen to net field? Along x-axis will cancel. No? If you assume one element, yes, you'll get answer, but you'll end up with lot of mathematics. Then you'll reach the answer. So there's the idea of symmetry. Almost, I think I'm stressing it a lot, just only to minimize mathematics here. About y-axis, the mass is distributed symmetrically. So first you define what is dE dash. G dm by r square, because both the elements are at addition, because O is what? O is a center. O is what? O is a center of arc. Now we'll proceed here now. Net field dE is equal to 2 dE dash cos theta. dE dash G dm by r square cos theta. Further, 2g r square dm, what we can write? Lambda into ds. Arc length, let it be ds, into cos theta. So 2g lambda r square. What is ds? ds will be r d theta. Okay, 1 r this will be. So this will become 2g lambda r cos theta d theta. So let's integrate this one now. See, what all you put effort, it will going to help you a lot in electrostatics. I'm making things clear. What all you put efforts, straight away, same thing will get repeated in electrostatics. So just before electrostatics chapter starting, no, you should just revise these all this, and you should come into electrostatics. And electrostatics, what happen? All these are mathematical things. Very important is the conductors. Electrostatics like a charged conductors. But first 2 weeks we'll discuss only math. This one. So as a teacher, I feel like I should make you to work out more numericals directly, and before electrostatics, you should revise one day and should come. Electrostatics, all this will become mathematical oriented. So 2 3 days you spend time and come out. You can work out more on the conductors because that is what very important topic which will help us a lot for coming other 4 5 chapters. And this is one methodology to learn. Please don't just neglect it because you just open books. No, you have like a for ring, disc, and for sphere, hollow sphere. Okay, then Kepler's law. Within 4 5 days we can end up. But here we have given syllabus keeping in mind electrostatics in mind. Maximum put effort now only, the maths based one. What should be the limit? 0 to alpha by 2 because I assume two elements. What is the angle subtended by the arc alpha? So if I do like this, 0 to plus alpha by 2 or minus alpha by 2 to plus alpha by 2, or shall I put 0 to alpha by 2? 0 to alpha by 2 because two elements I picked up. So the limit will come 0 to, so then this will become equal to 2g lambda r integral of cos theta sine theta 0 to alpha by 2. So this expression for what, like the for an arc. Okay, now we'll cross check. Put alpha is equal to, let it be a ring. So what is alpha? Alpha will be 2 pi, no? Alpha will become 2 pi. So can we justify this answer? Can we justify this answer? Yes. What all we studied, we have to justify it. So I'll scroll down. I think okay, fine. Everything is visible. Now, first ring, complete a ring at the center of the ring. Already we know ring, no, at the center of the ring it is 0. So we'll just cross verify with this one. Radius r, let mass be the this one. So what is alpha? Alpha will become equal to how much? 2 pi. Substitute this at the center of the ring. 2g lambda r sine 2 pi by 2. I think it will be 0. So already we have verified with that. Next for semicircle. Let this be the lambda at the center of the semicircle. What is alpha here? In this case, alpha will be pi. Pi radians it will subtend. So what is alpha here? 2 pi radians. Here what is alpha? Alpha will become pi. So substitute this formula. It is just 2g lambda by r. Now quarter circular arc. After this we'll go for quarter circular arc. Quarter circular means So is that okay? No. So this will be like a quarter circle. What is alpha? This is alpha. This angle is what alpha, and let linear margins to be lambda. What is the magnitude? First we'll get into magnitude part. EO should be equal to 2g lambda by r sine of alpha. Alpha is what? Pi by 2. So this will become 2g lambda r pi by 4. So this will become 1 by root 2 or root 2 g lambda by r. There's only magnitude. Huh? What about direction? Direction open, it should make an angle of how much? 45 degrees. Sir, how do you can say 45? Why only 45? Why not 30, 60? Because see, it's a quarter circle, no? Mass is distributed symmetrically. So what is the angle subtended? But what is the angle? What? It will be 45 degrees. Huh? So for your convenient, I'll just show like this. Huh? It'll be much easier. So in the vector form, if you're writing, so what this should become equal to 2g lambda root 2 g lambda r cos 45 I cap 1 by, so this will become how much only? G lambda r I cap g lambda r j cap. There's a vector form. There's only magnitude. Please, I think better remember this. Better remember this. Vector form is there. Okay, depending upon the situation, write it. Sir, always I cap j cap. No, if the arc is there in the fourth quadrant, then what you get? Minus I cap plus j cap. If arc is there in the second quadrant, I cap minus j cap. This is not a generalized formula. Better to remember only magnitude. Depending upon the orientation of that, minus I cap or plus j cap, it will come. Okay, this one. I think I'm in electrostatics. So these things I'll change it. Because it should be towards, no? Yeah, no problem. Okay, this I'll change the direction. Nothing is there. Okay, thank you. Because we are thinking like electrostatics here, but it's a gravitation chapter, no? The field strength should be towards the object here. So, oh, fine. I think this should be minus I cap. Minus j cap. Please do notice changes. Gravitational field strength. So it should be like this. It should be toward that one minus I cap. If it is here, the field will be in the fourth quadrant. If it is here in the first quadrant, if the arc is there, then plus I cap plus j cap will come. Agreed. I think now you are in for better position. Okay, let's take some examples on this. These are semi-infinite structures here. So what is the field strength at point O? Find EO. What all you have? Two semi-infinite rods and one semicircular wire or semicircular ring. So we have to calculate the field strength at point O. Well, for a rod, semi-infinite rod, what is the method I suggested you? You have to directly go back to the yesterday's discussion. Now, what is the best way of semicircular rod? Better to go for E parallel, E perpendicular, no? And what is that components will be? G lambda by D only. Due to long wire, it will be 2G lambda by D. So let me start giving numbers. Let this be 1, 2, let it be 3. No, due to 1, there'll be perpendicular component. E1 perpendicular. And E1 parallel like this. E2 perpendicular and E2 parallel. I agree this distance is 2r. Okay, let me write it here. Now check it here now. Now due to semicircular wire, it should be it should be in this direction. How much it should be? 2g lambda by r, or let me write E3. So E1 perpendicular, so what are the magnitudes? E1 perpendicular, E2 perpendicular, E1 parallel. What is the magnitude of all this? G lambda by D. So therefore, y components will cancel out. So the net and what about E3? So other side we have E3. What is E3? Just now we have discussed now 2G lambda. What is angle subtended? Pi, no? Now I think you have everything in front of you. E1 parallel plus E2 parallel. The sum of that should be equal to E3. So the net field at point 3 will be 0. Sir, how come? The mathematics is what helping us here. Or else, sir, I'll assume small element here. I'll find out first E1 bar, then I'll assume small element E2 bar, then I'll assume two symmetrical elements. I think what we did earlier, that only the conclusion is what we should apply. Not like every problem, you should assume a small element and you do mathematics. Already we derived it. That formulas is what you should take help. Please do understand the methodology here. For different shaped objects, already you know it. Semi-infinite rod, semicircular wire. Then apply that formulas and conclude the answer. So the net field at point O will be 0, that one. Okay, so some different set of examples can be asked here. Huh? Just be careful. Let me give one more. You have to calculate the field strength. There's a long wire. The long wire, I'll bend it. So now I want the field strength at point O. So shall we break up this into two semi-infinite long wires and one quarter circular arc? Due to quarter circular arc, we know it. The magnitude, it'll be like this. Due to semi-infinite wire. So let me give a number. This is 1, 2, and let it be 3. And due to 1, E1 perpendicular, E1 parallel. Due to this will be E2 perpendicular, E2 parallel. Then what all we get is now the resultant. This should make an angle. Definitely, I am very sure that it should be 45 degrees. Will I agree? What all will get field will be only due to quarter circular ring. Again, E1 parallel, E2 perpendicular, E1 perpendicular, E2 parallel will cancel out only due to quarter circular ring. You know quarter circular ring. What should be the formula? 2g lambda r sine of pi by 2 by 2. Oh, that one. So the rest all, I think already we have this discussion. So I think if you remember few things, you can manage most of the numericals here. And different shape, triangular frame, rectangular frame, all everything different shaped objects will be there. Their combinations will come. So please do apply things. Okay, no. Anybody wants? I'll scroll down. Okay, this is about the ring. Okay, now we'll go for the next structure. Okay, let it be a circular disc. No, we can't flip. Okay, let me draw it. On the axis, you have to find out the magnetic field, sorry, gravitational field strength. Let R be the radius. At a distance x, at point P, you have to find out the field strength. It's a thin circular disk. Later on, I'll color it. Okay, now we'll save some time. Now, what is the mass of circular disk? Let it be m. So we'll define the sigma. What is sigma? Mass by, can you remember area density? So on the axis, what is the gravitational field strength? Okay, slowly we'll take the some different shaped objects here. This is again, ring is a fundamental. The ring is going to help us a lot. I'm telling this one. If you know the expression for gravitational field strength due to ring, no, all are interrelated. What is this disk? So shall we assume it made up of the elemental rings? So we'll assume that to be a ring. The disk is made up of elemental structures ring. Then due to elemental ring, first we'll find out the field strength and on the axis at point P. Then we'll integrate, we'll get the due to total disk here. So I'll begin with the okay, let this be the elemental ring. Thickness of this, let it be dr. No, this is what is that blue color one? The blue color is elemental ring, and what this is a disk. First, we'll calculate what is the mass of the disk. What is the mass of the disk? dm sigma into 2 pi r dr. I think all of you know all this. What is dr? Dr is the width of that one. No, where is this? So shall I say this line? This line is axis on the ring, and O is the center of the ring. So what is the field strength? First, due to that elemental ring here, let that be dE. So what should be dE is equal to? Again, we do all these assumptions, no? Let this be theta. No, directly, I think if you can write formula, you'll be on safer side. Again, don't derive for sir elemental ring how much. Directly you go for that one. What is the formula? For elemental ring, what is the formula? Just now we have derived the conclusion. I'll take you back to the gmx by r square plus x square to the power of r by 2. So in place of m, what you should write? Look at this equation, corner. In place of m, dm. In place of capital R, small r, and everything is same. Okay, I get this. So directly I'm taking, again, don't do, on elemental ring, again, don't assume thing. Already you did. So you should take help of this particular formula. Fine? Okay, now let's get into the derivation part. It's a very good topic for students to test their mathematical ability, geometrical ability better. Let's not say mathematical, geometry, that one. How good you are in making imagination of the structures, different physical shaped structures. That's what like we are trying to build your imagination power, nothing big. So this should be G dm x by r square x square to the power of 3 by 2. Small r is this one. So what to do? What is dm? Substitute this. Sigma 2 pi r dr. We'll substitute, we'll see what we'll get. Sigma into 2 pi r dr x by so many terms. What are variable here? Both r and x are variable, no? And x is some sort of fixed here. Here, small r is variable. The only thing is what is the smaller is variable. Now I'll take help of the triangle. I think I'll do one thing. Let me give r here like this. No, you have a triangle. Just take help of this triangle. This is theta x. This is r. What is tan theta from the triangle? R by x. So replace in place of everywhere r, you replace with a x tan theta. Let's see what all we get it now. So this is the. You can ask questions. Sir, why you didn't assume two elements? See here, I think you must understand. Like the disk is made up of elemental structures, a ring. Due to ring, already we know. So don't assume here one upper here one ring, sir. Here one ring. I think should not know. You have to assume a ring. You know we know due to ring. If I integrate the from 0 to capital R, if small r varies from 0 to capital R, or we'll get the field at this particular point P due to the total disk. Oh, some delay is there. Huh? Okay, now we'll get it. So 2 pi, this R is x tan theta. Okay, dr also we have to element. So dr is equal to secant square theta d theta. So substituting this, d is equal to visibility. I think some problem is there, no? Not. Okay, let me try this one. R equal to x tan theta. So this will be x secant square d theta. One more x. Some delay coming. Okay, fine. Let's see if problem comes, then we have to restart. This should be. So many parameters are there. You check it. Here one tan theta. 2 pi sigma g. Let me take it outside completely. X cube tan theta secant square theta d theta. Here x cube will come from the bracket outside. So tan square x cube get cancels. 1 plus tan square theta secant square theta and everything. I think if I simplify this, x cube get cancels. Tan theta is there. From here secant square theta secant cube theta. Here secant theta will come. So I'll finally I'll end up with only. Is it visible? Huh? What I'm writing, I think for me not visible.
It is visible.
Visible. Huh? Software. This will do one thing. Okay, let me try to finish off this part. We'll see that one. Huh? Any? Okay, fine. This implication sine theta d theta. What to do after this? So let me integrate this. Let me integrate this part. D is equal to So the integration of this is equal to 2 pi sigma integral of this will be minus cos theta. Now what is the limit? The limits are, okay, let me go for the limit here now. So this is equal to, from the diagram, look at what is cos theta, x by, I think it all started from here, no? So what is cos theta? R square plus x square. So that value of cos theta I'll substitute here. So what should the limit? Limit will be 0 to r. Okay, this will substitute all the things. So E is equal to 2 pi put x equal to, put small r equal to 0, will end up this plus 1. So then everything will be 2 pi sigma g 1 minus, this is the answer what, no, there's no problem with the zoom here. The driver, the writing pad is a problem. Huh? It is some maybe got corrupted driver. So there's an answer here. Huh? I'll just show it. I think we can't. There's a, due to disk is what we got this much here. Now what? So this assumption is very very important. Okay, agree this one. Okay, now put R equal to infinity. We'll see one very important thing is what we are going to get it. Put R equal to infinity. Let's save this. Put R equal to infinity. R equal to infinity means what? Like, now, what is R equal to infinity? So for first, what is R? R is this one, huh? The radius of this. Put R equal to infinity. So how much you'll get? 2 pi sigma g. 2 pi sigma g, that one. So for R equal to infinity, let me go to the next page. As R tends to infinity, then E will become how much? 2 pi. Anything added to infinity will be infinity, root of infinity will be infinity, 1 by infinity will be 0. So final our answer will be 2 pi sigma g. What is sigma? Sigma we defined it as like sigma is m by pi r square. So then what is our final answer? 2 g m by r square. Okay, check it now. What do you mean by R infinity? Just this last one will wind up. I think it's troubling a lot. Unable to write it, scribble anything properly. Anybody, what you interpret that one? Finally, we brought R infinity. What do you mean by R infinity? Better to remember this formula only. I'm just wrote some in terms of mass if they give that one. So what is R infinity means? It's like an infinite large sheet. So this will become large sheet. Okay, this is a large sheet. So what is the field due to this is given by this formula. And what is sigma? Linear mass density. For last sheet, we don't define mass. So therefore, I do prefer this one. And how the field will be? Field will be directed towards left here. So I can just show only the cross-sectional view. The cross-sectional view will be, so the field will be directed in this direction. And it will be uniform. This is sigma. What is this? What are these? These are lines of force, or better say, the field will be uniform. It's telling because we don't get any x here, no, there's no x term here. So what is the field? The field will be uniform. And what is this particular thing? You have to call this as a large sheet. And this is called like a large sheet here. So like this is what we should find out. So these are things like, see, we have just brought it what for a disk, the disk for ring, from the ring what meant the disk, from the disk what meant I ended up with the large sheet here. I think I'll, why to waste time? 1 hour I'll continue in the evening. I'll inform the timings. Most probably from 6 to 7 or 7 to 8, I'll inform the timing. I'll wind up the class because it's not responding. So there's some driver problem is there with the Wacom digital pad. I'll check once, and evening I'll inform the timings. Okay, we'll wind up the class here now. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.